how that brings spirit to a person.
Mm-hmm.
So you just accept it. I mean, how do you? Because you said it's something you have.
Well, the good part about one thing about fear, fear usually disappears after you have the knowledge of a thing. Fear is only the uncertainty because you don't have a certain amount of knowledge of something. Once something becomes knowledgeable, you know, the first time you get into some stuff, you might read some stuff on the devil, you might throw the book on the ground. But as you go into something, you learn it, and it becomes straight up energy and science.
So you just let the thoughts roll. I mean, you know, it's like
yeah, see, now since you understand
yourself from thinking about it, you just let your mind just go.
Yeah, but you're gonna deal with it for the simple fact that you have been introduced in some knowledge to it, even if you talk about tonight. It's not gonna have the same effect on you. Everything is a series of programs. Just like that damn nigga that you thought you knew, found out he was a crazy deranged motherfucker. From then on, he don't have the same effect on you, and your nose is not that much wide open, because you know a side of his ass that you didn't know before. He'll always be different from now on. Well, it's the same thing, and anything that you learn, your eyes become wide open. You know what I'm saying? Your concept of it changes. The New Age teaches you to meditate so you can get rid of negative energy. So that means if you've already put it in your head that what you're going to see that you're not used to is going to be negative. And that's going to act as a blockage. And one thing about the spirit, your spirit automatically has a shutdown switch. That when it comes up with stuff that is fearful that it doesn't understand, it shuts down. So therefore it's just a series of a retardation of a process. Once you understand it, and you basically have to work at your subconscious and get it in your head that you are only seeing your own self, then what happens is you can go further with it. So H.P. Lovecraft says, well, man is so far removed from the past until when he looks back at his own soul in the past, he's frightened at what he sees. So it's just a series of learning and a series of dehumanizing yourself with all what you think is divine. See, that's the shit that get us, this old divine shit. Right. You see, oh, this divine and all pure love. All that old shit. You see what I'm saying? Right. Well, what is love when the concept of love that we only know is illusionary? If this is an illusion, if this is a matrix, then even this word that we gotta have more love when you have only been taught that love is illusion, you understand what I'm saying? Then in actuality, that is the damn venom. That is the poison of your concept of love that the Christian concept tell you that you got to love. When you know in your, it's like one sister came downstairs, and the sister I was telling you at first that I told her, I said, she was straight in the front like she knew some shit, and I said, God and the devil, and then that mug turned back into a damn holy sanctified Christian and ran upstairs. The other sister said, that ran this shop, she runs this health food store. She said, when I opened up about 2 months ago, I didn't know nothing about all the herbs and stuff. I was just trying to learn. The Spirit told me I needed to open this store. His sister used to come down and she, oh, well, I know all about this herb and this kind of thing. And she said, I used to not like her, and I had to work at that. I said, no, you're supposed to follow your first spirit. You didn't like that bitch. You didn't supposed to like her ass because she was fucked up. See, that's some moral dogma that you have learned to tell you that we must work through this shit, and what you do is you get shut down on the same level. When she said, she thought, I had to get past, I really didn't like her. I said, no, see, that's what you've been taught. Don't get past shit. This old love shit? Don't love nobody that's fucked up. What is love? Only your perception. And somebody done bent your mind and shit, and now you hugging all kind of damn people who ain't shit. Which leads to hugging up the white man and shit. But he's on point. He know how to hug your ass and then go and down murder your ass at night. You see what I'm saying? So this whole thing about, some people say, we gotta love all people. You ain't, fuck that shit. You ain't gotta love no damn body. Your spirit done told you that people are all messed up. Your ass done got somebody out of you telling you, oh, we gotta love everybody. That's slavery.
like you hear in some
Yeah.
meditation programs, and they say, well, you know, some thoughts not yours, and you know, some negative thoughts will come up.
Yeah, and they also tell you got the heart chakra got to be open through love. No, the love that they're talking about is truth. See, the ancient word for love is different than the modern word, which is highly infatuated and brainwashing technique. You understand what I'm saying? Brainwashing technique. This romance bullshit. The ancient word that they were talking about was being true to something and cutting through to its essence. You see what I'm saying? Being true to something. Not just, oh, this love, this other concept. So the yogis is all talking about this. We gotta love everybody. Now that's humanly impossible. You know what I'm saying? That some shit don't make no damn sense. That's a bunch of words in your head that you love what? Be against the people over my children. In the Gnostic scripture, they ask the Christ up in there. They say, is it good to separate from people not like us? He say, indeed. He say, indeed. He say, we are better than them. Indeed, you should separate the people who are not of your kind. You see what I'm saying? You see, so this whole concept of love is a theology of 2,000 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? And we can't break that shit. You see, what's that?
So in the meantime, we just continue to study and wait on the ancestors to guide us, or what do we do?
You basically, see, I want to tell you all the good methods and the good news, but that's what the suffering Messiah does. When your eyes are open, you become like that priest that went crazy when he found out this was an illusionary world. When your eyes are open, you're presented with the task of still being down in this bull. But you have to go through a series of processes to get on top of it. And that series of processes is to try to understand it all. You got one of the essence already, because this shit ain't nothing. It ain't, you know. But on one of the other things also too, it's kind of good to know that you got a certain urge that you might want to fulfill or something, you know what I'm saying? And it might not be something that's moralistically right, but since this is an illusion, you can go ahead and do the shit any damn way. You know, I'm not saying nothing to land your ass in jail, but I'm just saying, you know, it might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be, I don't know. Even if it's coming laughing at a damn retarded mug, I'm going to hell for you. You know that motherfucker funny. I'm going to go like, now, well, hell, do it. Because this is therapeutic. That's Superman.
Oh yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve.
No point.
This nigga sitting up there on a goddamn table. It's glad to be alive. Nigga, you supposed to... Are you crazy? Your ass supposed to been dead since now 95. But see the ignorance. He's a table man. He ain't no different than a picture on the wall. And people, look at the human spirit, my ass. That nigga's supposed to be dead.
So it's not the doctor who's working with you doing this good.
That's why they had to shut his ass up. That's why he was shut his up. He was opening up a new dimension and teaching the people another way of reality. That was the Osirian realm. Rudra, which is Osiris in India, they say when you talk about killing somebody, when you talk about death, you're giving over to the side of Rudra. And Rudra is the ultimate society of Messiah. They say in the beginning there was Rudra, which is the son of the mother, and ultimately everything must go back to Rudra. And that's your pineal gland. And what's that?
The biggest bullshit about even these people that are, you know, like you said, the guy with the face and Christopher Reeve, that the whole system is spent on killing you and seeing if you could deal with it. You know what I mean? The doctors prescribing these drugs,
right.
slow death.
Right.
We holding on.
And we holding on to stuff. We holding on to stuff. All because we've been taught that something is precious, and it's the damn jailhouse. It's the jailhouse. You see what I'm saying? So we're talking about literally going upside down, inside out. You see see what I'm saying? And so my point is this here. Now, if you get out of the moralistic things, what I said, the stuff makes common sense. But now, if you add what you have learned all your life, I'm a crazy man. That's the program. See the difference? And what you know to be true in your heart, what I'm saying, and what you was taught to be true, which is the doggone program. And that's the difference. And this thing is meant for us now. That's the point we got to get to. You got to stop looking in the damn future. I say it over and over, this stuff sounds like a broke record, but you got to start looking at now. So your questions should be all geared towards now and not what better life you can have because you live in that. It's pretty much as good as it's going to get. You see what I'm saying? Including, especially us as black Americans, we shouldn't be hollering at shit because every ghetto nigga can go to the mall. And that's more than most people on the planet can say. You know what I'm saying? Even they say if you go down to Jamaica, a poor motherfucker in Jamaica is totally different than a poor person up here. They're almost like two different dimensions. You really want to see somebody poor. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of this scan this and scan that. You know what I'm saying? Poor people in other countries, you see what I'm saying? So even when we look at that, that's just a form of perception on what we call poor. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen no damn poor until we go to the islands or go back to Africa or go somewhere and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then again, on the other hand, you got to look at this particular part. They don't know that they poor.
That's good.
See what I'm saying? It's just see, and our struggle is that somebody done broke into our damn playpen and told us that we poor. Personally, I think don't be so quite selfish too. Not talking about you, I'm just saying don't come to certain seminars all the time just to help your personal life. You see what I'm saying? On what you can get out of something when the prize is understanding. So even it's not, I'm not talking, it's not a throw up on you, but basically we've been taught that we go to seminars based on the white person to help our personal lives. You see what I'm saying? So on one aspect with us, sometimes things are not necessarily what you can therapeutically get out of something to improve your life. You understand what I'm saying? Because whether you like it or not, if you pay the water bill, here come the light bill, here come the gas bill. It's non-ending. You can't get on top of this shit. So don't even worry about this shit at all. But there needs to be alternative lessons on how to overthrow the whole thing. So, and that's what we're talking about here.